Welcome back to the channel, everybody, and a big hello to all those people joining me new here on Aid Morecambe Gardening. Now today I'm going to be looking at one of my favourite herbs, which is mint. I call it the king of herbs for various reasons. Tastes fantastic, looks great in a pot, easy to grow, frost hardy, comes back year after year, and you can split it up and share it with your friends. What more is there to like? There's one golden rule you must remember though, and it's what most people get wrong and end up hating, the fact that they've even got mint in their garden. So listen up. You know how much I love my mint tea. It's one of my favourite things to have, particularly when I'm sitting out just contemplating what's been going on. And a couple of leaves in my press and some hot water is the perfect antidote to a stressful day at work, or a day like today where it's absolutely boiling hot and a normal cup of tea wouldn't quite cut it. Now, mint's been cultivated for thousands of years, and in fact there's evidence that they found it within the tombs of the pharaohs. It's believed that they thought it would keep them cool-tempered, and also that it would give them great intelligence. Maybe that's why I need to drink as much as I possibly can. There are about 30 to 35 different varieties of mint available at the garden centre, and most of us grow peppermint. But today I'm going to pot up some apple mint. Now this smells very sweet and like apples. This is the peppermint that I've been picking off for the rest of all throughout this year, that I planted up about 6 weeks ago. It's been I can't tell you how many times I've picked off that. Saved me an absolute fortune if I'd have gone to buy that from the supermarket every time. This plant was a couple of pounds, and there's some important features that you need to look for, and I say this to you every time that we get plants from the garden centre. First off, feel the weight. If it's got a decent weight to it, you know that it's been watered properly and it's holding enough moisture. Looking at the top of the pot isn't always enough. Just feel that and make sure there's some it feels like it's got water in it. Secondly, tip it out of the pot. You're looking for a white fibrous root system all the way through and round, just to show that it's not been potted up very recently. And if you've got both of those things present, you've got a good chance that you've got a nice plant. Now, this is a multi-purpose compost. Some of it's been reused. Some of it I borrowed from an old pot, and I've mixed some new stuff with it. When I'm planting this up, what I'm going to try and do is just take a little bit of that compost out, put it nice and centrally in the pot, firm it in, but not too close to the stem because I don't want to damage that. It's going to be quite young and tender, so just around the outsides with my fingers, just so that it's nice and firm so it doesn't wobble around. Give it a quick tap. It's also going to have a drink and a water, because at this time of year and in this weather, it's vital that that is watered regularly, every single day, in the mornings preferably, so that they can survive throughout the day when the warm weather's drying off and putting them under their most stress. But that's as complicated as it gets for planting your mint. It's really important to put it in a pot, because this is the big mistake, the reveal, almost forgot it. The reason that you don't put it straight into the ground is because it puts out like a root system. Well, it is a root system that is quite invasive. And if you put it into a small area in your garden, before you knew it, and within sort of a couple of years, it would have spread all across that bed. It'd be in amongst all the other plants, very difficult to control, very difficult to get out afterwards. So what people tend to do is put them into pots. I've got my peppermint there, now I've got my apple mint. What you could also do, if you wanted to just control the growth and you didn't want it in a pot, was to take a plastic pot, pot it up exactly the same, but then sink that plastic pot into the ground and just restrict the root growth. You could use probably a bigger pot than I've used here, but just make sure that it just stops the roots from spreading too far, putting too many tendrils out and popping up everywhere. So if you do want to put it into the garden, directly into the garden, put it into a container and sink that into the ground below ground level. But best of all, put it in a pot. So there it is, simple facts about mint. If you enjoyed this one, give me the thumbs up, give me a like, subscribe. It helps me enormously here on the channel. But for now, enjoy your gardening, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye for now.